Hey everybody, it's Bill Provost with Franklin Loan Center here on Wednesday morning for a change. I was doing this in the afternoon more recently. So last week, well, I guess so we all know Zillow. Everybody knows it. Zillow has forever been this spot where everybody went to check the value on their house for their Zestimate. And it just seemed it's like a free place to go hang out. And I think what a lot of regular consumers that aren't in the mortgage business didn't realize is they've historically been a lead generation source for mortgage people and primarily realtors actually. So as people go in, start looking at houses, they gather that information, they market to them, and then they sell that information off to realtors. And it's been a lead generation tool. It's how the business has worked for a while, right? I mean, realtors and mortgage people and really anybody in any kind of with a product is into generating leads. So that's what it's been. But then starting about a week and a half ago now, Zillow actually became a brokerage, meaning they're actually in the business of selling real estate now, helping clients buy and sell real estate. So maybe this isn't the most surprising, sort of bit of information that's come out recently. It makes sense. They've been gathering real estate data for years, right? And now they're going to get in and start helping to sell it. But here's where it gets interesting, right? And of course, I operate in the real estate world, and there's a lot of real estate agents that are very up in arms right now because there's some things going on that Zillow has done that just aren't very kosher. In fact, with almost any realtor, they would get their license taken just like that, right? So it came out last week that one of the things that they're doing is finding houses that are listed for sale and then reaching out to the seller. Again, remember they have a ton of real estate data. Reaching out to the seller and helping them understand how they can break their relationship with their current listing agent and instead list with Zillow. This is a huge ethics violation, and it breaks every rule. I mean, if any regular realtor went in and did something like that, it would absolutely, they would, I mean, you're going to lose your license over that. No questions asked. But now you've got this huge publicly traded company that's out there. Ultimately they're a publicly traded company. They have to worry about their shareholders, and they got to figure out how to generate more and more return for their investors, right? And so then things like this start to happen. Now, presumably these guys, the different regulators are going to step in and kind of check these different things, but it's going to be interesting to see. So, it's always interesting when a new billion-dollar company, multi-billion-dollar company comes into a space. And it's obviously going to ruffle everybody's feathers. It's a big deal, but we'll see what happens, right? So keep your eye out. I mean, the crazy thing is I continue to believe. Look, there are going to be some people that are perfectly fine selling a house through essentially completely electronic means. But I believe that the majority of people, and this comes from my own experience with my wife and I selling our very own homes, it is a big emotional process. Even I know when I bought another house, when we bought a couple of years ago again, it was a great reminder again for me of like, wow, even with as much as I know about the real estate business, it still reminds me that it's a big purchase and it is emotional and it's stressful. And it's really good when a local human being is on the other end to help you through that process. So I just continue to believe, look, there's going to be a lot of amazing technologies that come out and some things that are going to really help this process get easier and easier, and I think less stressful and things like that. But I just have a hard time understanding how the billion-dollar behemoth is going to come in and just take over on a transaction that is so human and emotional and all those other things. So anyway, just my 2 cents. It's always, I mean, we always have to keep our eyes open for disruptors. Just be interesting to see what happens as this one rolls in. That's all I have for today. I'll talk to you all next week.